My name is Talmadge W. Fair. I'm better known as T. Willard Fair by those who know me. I'm the president and CEO of the Urban League of Greater Miami. I've been in charge of that responsibility for the last 44 years. The Urban League is one of those institutions that spends all of its time attempting to find equity and parity for black Miamians in relationship to all other Miamians. If one would do an analysis of what has happened in terms of black prosperity, both politically, socially, and economically, one would have to conclude that the presence of both legal immigrants and illegal immigrants has adversely impacted our ability to move forward. When I came to Miami, for example, way back in 1963, all of the jobs, not a few of the jobs, but all of the jobs in the hotel, motel, restaurant industry were occupied by blacks. 40 years later, all of those jobs are occupied by quote unquote immigrants, both legal and illegal. What has happened is it's about supply and demand. Labor is about supply and demand. So if there is an employer who has one job and there are 50 people who are unemployed, then who's in control of that employer? And if 25 of those people happen to look like me and 25 of those people are illegal, then those illegals, by virtue of being here, would do anything to stay here. I'm already here. Therefore, I have certain credentials that allow me not to take those jobs. So it's not that we don't want those jobs. It's that the jobs do not pay a wage that makes any sense. There's no lack of understanding about the impact of illegal immigration on our life. What is the problem is that we don't want to violate the sociological treatise of being in partnership with other folks. We have been conditioned to believe that if we criticize others who may be in similar sets of circumstances like us, then we have betrayed the downtrodden, the disadvantaged, and the disenfranchised. So it's not about not understanding. If you talk to most black people, if not all black people, off the record, they feel as strongly, as passionately about this issue as I do. What they don't have is the courage and the commitment that's necessary to stand up and say, this is the way I feel. If you don't like it, that's your problem, not mine. I would not talk to anybody about this issue except Black America's leadership. Because the ability for us to address the issue and bring about the change that is necessary rests with the courage and the commitment of today's leadership to take up the mantle and say very loud and clear, we are not anti anybody coming to America. We are anti people coming to America who have violated the law. We are not anti anybody who wants to be in America. But we will not make any personal sacrifices for them to stay in America. And if Black America begins to articulate those two positions, then the problem begins to change. Numbers USA has what is needed, and that is the ability to galvanize tens of thousands of people who feel the same way about this issue, who want meaningful change in regards to public policy about this issue. And I want to be as close to Numbers USA as possible, because I hope that by my presence, I'm able to add some black numbers to the numbers.